I'm working on my video and I realized I didn't do an opening. So now I'm doing my opening. Tonight, I'm drinking the I. Hello everyone, Jeff Eccles here with The Lonely Vine, and oh boy, do I have a good one for you today. At least I hope it'll be. So, like a month or so, maybe a little bit more than a month or so ago, I did an episode on the Dave Phinney I-1, the location I-1 wine, and really enjoyed it. Got pretty hyped up over it, and I got some feedback. People were looking for it. People wanted to try it. They really liked what they had heard about it, not only from me but from other people that had tasted it. And and then Dave Phinney also has the F, which would be from France, and I haven't tried that one yet. We're on the show. I thought about it, but it's just kind of the same thing as the E's. Quantities they're pretty small. So what is it I have today? Well, you can see here. Can you see that? I got a new one. He's got a new one out. This is just out. I just came out. Could get my hands on it today. I said I'm getting it and I'm doing a show on it. I'm changing everything I was planning on doing just to do this one for you. And let's be honest, for me, this guy. So the one I'm doing today is just called I. So this is obviously from Indiana. Wait, Iowa? No, Italy. That's where it's from. And it keeps the same kind of format that Dave Phinney had in Spain and in France, where it's from multiple locations within the countries, finding premier grapes. Grapes they like for the blend, and then building the wine based on that. And this one, I was kind of surprised at where they went. They went Piedmont, which wasn't surprising. They got some Barbera grapes from there. But then from way north, they went way south. Not just a little south. Not Tuscany south. Not Rome south, not Campania south, they went south. So one of the other grapes that's blended into it is the Negro Amara, and this is going to be from the Puglia region. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And here we're talking about the heel of the boot kind of area of Italy. And then they also have the Nero d'Avola, which is actually from Sicily. And then there's some other grapes from the Puglia region, some native varieties from there as well. So pretty interesting blend. They really went north to south on the whole Italian grape thing. And I think that's enough chit-chatting. Let's see what this bad boy has going on. Now, if you remember from the E, and I'll put a link on the page so you can check that video out if you want to, but the wines were really over the top, really fruit, really lush, really just flat out delicious. So let's see how this one is going to do with the I. Color wise, let's see, can kind of see through it a little bit, really in that ruby kind of color, maybe a little bit to the garnet. Got a decent amount of staining here. That may be the Negro Amara coming through. That's a pretty tannic wine. Barbera is as well. So let's see what's going on the nose on this one. I really do get a sense of Italy on the nose. Now, would I get that sense if it was blind? Maybe not. But since I know what it is, that's what I'm gonna say. But really, I get. This is, so I definitely get a sense of the tartar fruits. I get those cranberries kind of coming through. I get a lot of raspberry coming through. I get a little bit of a oaky kind of sense to it. I get a nice sense of like a smoke kind of thing. But it's not like smoke. It's like smoked blank. Smoked something. Almost like not like a forest fire kind of smoke. Really nice nose on it though. Almost a little, it's almost like there's this little kind of smoke and a little kind of evergreen kind of forest coming through, but it's not like a burning forest, if that makes any sense. Maybe there's a campfire in a forest and the campfire's been out for a couple hours, but there's still just kind of that thing, that wafting. And it's got that, even though there's no Nebbiolo in it or anything like that, it's got that kind of tight, acidic kind of nose that comes through when I get those types of wines. Okay, let's see what the palate has in store for us. Okay, so, man, there's a lot going on here. So, right up front, I get this big blast of fruit. I really get that raspberry coming through. I really get like some dark cherry coming through as well. But man, the acidity is ripping on this. I mean, it's ripping on this. Really, a lot of times when I talk about, the Nebbiolo or the Sangiovese, I talk about that ripping acidity, and this really has that coming through. I think the salivary glands are just like pouring into my mouth. I get a good sense of that oak coming through. Man, like with the locations E1 that I had, that was really big and it was really lush, but and warm. It was definitely warm, great, area that it was coming from. This is just, it still has that lushness and it has that fruit, but then it has this acidity that comes up and really changes the complexion of it completely. Really cleans out the palate, but this has a nice long finish on it. I'm just getting a little bit of that smoke on the finish here, but pretty long on the finish. Man, this is a good one, especially for my palate. If you know me, I like those high acidity levels. I like those high acid wines, and this really is bringing it. It's got a nice tannic structure to it as well. So quite a bit different from the E1 that I reviewed before. Still, you know, overall, it's just really good. It's fun, it's delicious, and I think a lot of you would really like it. I think some of you may be turned off a little bit by that high acidity level. Do one more check here. You know, maybe a little bit on the tannins too. If you're not a big tannin fan, you know, this one's got some decent tannins to it, so you might shy away from it a little bit. But I think a majority of you would really like this wine. Looking in the $20 price range, you know, 18, 20, kind of somewhere around there. Anything else? Question for the show? Today is Wine Wednesday. When you're watching this, it will be Thirsty Thursday. What did you drink for Wine Wednesday? Did you just have water? Did you have some sodas? Did you have some wine? What'd you drink? Let me know. I love to talk about it. I think that's going to do it for me. Until next time, everybody. Cheers.